What is going on, All Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these Broncos that you love to drive, and some of you are about to start driving, this is your Bronco Talk Live. That is right. And welcome back. We're back. Well, I should say welcome back, but we are back in
welcome
studio.
Back to us.
Yeah. Last week was a weird thing of where we were trying to end a day in Texas at a press event, and I was just like, I haven't even checked on anything Bronco in the past few days because we've been busy traveling, but we are back.
We are back.
And I want to say thank you to all of you joining in. I see the viewers coming in. We greatly appreciate that. Tonight, I think we got a good show. We've got Mr. Nepo with 4-1 dot. It's very important. Use the dot 22, and he's got some recovery gear and stuff like that they do. So I'm very excited. We will introduce him in just a minute. But first off, I want to say hi, Kelly.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
But tonight, my energy level will be up and down, I promise you, because I'm a little under the weather. A lot of traveling, a lot of first of working out again. I haven't
such a whiner.
Worked out in a while. So my energy level is all over the place. And I've basically been mainlining Monster, hoping to wake up here and have fun. But Kelly, you know the drill. You even
took a nap tonight.
I tried to, that's for sure. But let's do this. That is the worst introduction in probably on YouTube, and I'm proud of that now. That is it can't go anywhere now.
Kelly. I don't know how. Yeah, I'm not going to get used to that. I don't know.
All right, girl, do your thing here. What do you got going on?
Yeah. All right. So, pause for a second. I'm going to say hey to everybody. We've got Nurse AJ in the house. Kay Jorgensen TV supporting my buddy Nepo from the KJ TV channel. Soggy in the house. Eric Jefferson overlanding for fun. Mark King. Allie Dubois. I know there's two different ways for us to say it, right? Austin Cash in the house says usually been listening to the show in the morning to and from work, has been missing the nights. So we're glad to hear you. Have ya?
Thank you.
Frank Costanza got a VIN number today. Bill dated November 14th. Black Diamond Manual Sasquatch. Woohoo! Congratulations.
Scared me. I thought you were about to say bass.
I know Gia Hogue got a bill date too because it's Dave's birthday.
I know.
So she's in the house
tonight. There's a few people that watch our channel that got them bill dates on my birthday.
Yeah.
It's like they're celebrating me.
No, it has nothing to do with you. Steve P in the house. Tim Corney in the house. Dirk Connor saying hello this evening. Frank B. Cigar Texan.
Welcome back,
coming in. Zach N says day 2 reservation converted to an order on 9/28. Bill date November 7th.
Ooh,
Badlands Sasquatch Lux. MIC, hard top, modular front bumper. How long typically after build date? Got my VIN email as well.
That's a tough one, man.
That's a loaded. So it's either a couple weeks to a couple months.
And sometimes I've heard a couple days.
Yeah. So
that's in LA. Like them somehow getting on the train directly from the plant, going to LA, and there in a couple days.
I used to say that if you were coming by rail, you were going to get there much faster, but we know that we've actually got some viewers that are sitting in rail yards waiting for their vehicles too. So typically getting on the rail to the rail yard is typically fast, but it's getting from the rail yard to your dealer that's the one that's questionable. And if you're coming convoy, then it's the same thing. It's questionable how quickly you're going to get from the plant to your location. So sorry, we can't give you a specific answer, but that's kind of what's happening in the world.
And definitely, guys, in the past, we've used, if you put question before, and it pops out to us. So definitely we'll load those up, and Kelly will be saving those because we've got a guest. I know you got a few more you want to introduce.
Yes, I do. Nick Kefkin in the house. Colby White. NSU college kid in the house. Austin Cash says, I got my VIN and build date a few weeks ago. Starts this week.
Nice.
Congratulations. Nice. 502 Bourbon Crew in the house. Greg Barons, Dave and Kelly. I finally got a VIN and a build for 11/14/22. Man, I'm loving all this good news tonight.
You can definitely tell Ford is sticking to their word of like, we are going to clean house of all these reservations. So.
For sure. Randy Hughes is in the house. Maki fan. John Burnett. Hey, neighbor. Pure Blood Patriot 17. Nick North says, hello, I want to thank you for the kind words, Dave. I've seen a lot it seemed, hold on, I can't find my words today. I've seemed to have a lot of people beating on me for trying to order a Bronco.
Oh man, don't worry about that. That sounds like a them problem.
Kid and Kim Wetterman is a new subscriber. Thank you and welcome in.
Thank you.
Build date of October 26th, ordered 2 of 22, and I'm one of the lucky ones. Yeah, you are.
You are. And speaking of lucky ones, let's bring in our guest, Kelly.
Let's do it. If I missed you, I'll say hello when you ask a question.
I need to they've changed the settings on me here, so I got to do this real quick. I got to share a screen. Let's go ahead and do this.
Oh, it's Flo's birthday. Happy birthday, Flo.
It is Flo's birthday. Congratulations, sir. Welcome to another day around this world. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in Mr. Nepo with 41.22. And first off, you're in SoCal, so the weather's probably a little nicer than what I'm dealing with today.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Of course. First off, this is a tough one, Nepo. Where does 41.22 come from? Like that I love it. It's because you need a catchy name. But what is that? What is the meaning behind that? Is there
the origins? There is actually. So you have a Jeep Gladiator, right? So I've been a Jeep owner for like 20 plus years. So 41 is in 1941. It's the first year that Jeep Willys was released, right?
Okay.
And then 22 is in 22 miles of the iconic Rubicon Trail, in which the Jeep Rubicon is named after.
Oh,
so
nice.
41.22. Yeah.
Nice. That makes a lot of sense. And I guess if I know you're a Jeep owner, and I would have made sense. The 41 part would have definitely made sense to me on that. If I, but first off, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Obviously, you're a Jeep owner, so the people in the comments might be aggravated. Honestly, there's quite a few Bronco owners that were previous Jeep owners, and I'm sure that it'll go back and forth. It's kind of fun. It's good for both brands to have sort of a competition now, and I think Jeep's been able to rest on their laurels just a little bit, slowly bring things out like the 392, and they're sort of pushed to do something when there's somebody else coming out, but we're not here to talk Jeeps versus Bronco. We're here to talk off-road parts, man. But so tell us a little bit about your company, where your humble beginnings, what is going on with 41.22?
Sure. So 41.22, it really came about after I created the Hitch Slider, which is our premier product. And the Hitch Slider was created because it's really, all the products I create is really for myself to begin with. And the Hitch Slider came out when my friends and I were going to go to Moab. And with the Gladiator having such a long, departure angle, hitting the hitch all the time, I wanted to create something. Well, the stuff on the market, there's some metal big skid plates like shovels, but I didn't like the way they looked. I didn't like the way they would drag. I didn't like the fact that they didn't have any angles where you would scoop up dirt. So I have a machine shop, so I machined something really quick out of a billet of aluminum, and we used it at Moab, and it worked really great. So people started asking me for it, so we just started creating them.
Well, so I have it up here on screen, and I think it's obviously, I've seen comments sometimes in your because I've been following you guys for well over a year now, and I've seen comments of people going, well, what do you need this exactly for? And for one, it's a D-ring, or it's a place for a D-ring. That in itself is nice. It's billet, so it's lighter than just trying to do something with steel. But what is the advantages to this for? I mean, obviously Jeep Gladiators, but I see there's advantages to anything off-roading.
Right. So this is when I made it to be a universal fit for a standard 2-inch receiver, and our customers range not just Jeeps, Broncos have it, Subarus have it, Tacomas, 4Runners have it, Sequoias have it. All vehicles that have a low-lying receiver can use it. They have a 2-inch receiver. So anybody that's hit their hitch off-road before knows the kind of scraping and denting it leaves when you go off-road and you hit it pretty hard. And in addition to that, people think that when you get stuck or you want to try to recover someone, if you don't have a recovery point on your rear, that you can't use those little safety hooks on the back of your receiver. Those are for towing safety chains, right? Those will break. Yeah. Those could break on you. So you need a rated recovery point. So I tackled both things. I have the Hitch Slider, so you have drag protection, and a rated recovery point. And you don't even have to use a D-ring on that. A soft shackle will fit right through that ring. And we had it professionally rated, braking strength of 37,000 pounds, and it's rated at at 15,000 just for safety.
Mm-hmm.
So you can literally hold 5 gladiators up in the air with 37,000 pounds.
Oh, of course. And of course, like you were
Yeah.
saying for soft shackles, which I don't think a lot of people realize with a soft shackle, you need the rimmed, I'm sure you know the proper way of saying it, but it needs to be smooth edges so you don't cut the cord.
Exactly. Yeah. So we machined that to be rounded, so the soft shackles fit in without any abrasion to the soft shackle itself.
Right. So you get this silly idea of like, hey, I'm going to do this, and friends kind of see it. I'm sure they're like, hey, I need one of those. And then it just kind of takes off from there.
That's exactly how it happened. We're now in turn 5, Summit Racing, and Quadratech is about to take us on. So it's been a wildfire. Yeah.
Nice. So if Quadratech and companies like that are looking at you, that means you're making waves there, which is a great sign for you, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right. I did an interview with, I can't think of the gentleman's name now, the head of Quadratech last year at SEMA, and a super nice guy. And I believe they're still kind of a family business, if I remember right. They're not like they went out of Pennsylvania, if I remember right, Kelly. I can't.
You're gonna question me on that right now. I don't remember.
But I actually we bought several products for our Jeep Gladiator from them because I like dealing with companies like that. So
Iconic Bronco Raptor actually has one.
Oh, nice.
So I got one early, and it's a great product.
Nice.
So super excited about that. That's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Iconic Bronco. Did he change this? Because he was Iconic Bronco, right?
Maybe.
Or is this a different?
I assumed it was, but I don't know for sure. Iconic Bronco. Are you Iconic Bronco Raptor? Or Iconic Bronco Raptor? Are you Iconic Bronco? Well, twisting the words around. Welcome into my life.
So what has been how have you been getting your name out of it? Because we live in a world where everything gets 5 minutes and that's it. And then the TikTok world that we live in now, how have you been able to push through this and people find you?
It's been just social media, Instagram primarily. But the thing is like, I feel like when you create a good product, people like it and they tell their friends about it. And that's really been how it's gotten out. We haven't really advertised anything aside from boosting a post on Instagram. Really, there hasn't been any advertising. It's been all word of mouth. So I really appreciate how many of our loyal customers appreciate our product.
Well, and and Instagram's where I found you, because I was like, it was just like, because you have great photos on your Instagram. Like, this is a tough, if people were just to see this, it's kind of a tough sale for people maybe new to off-roading. They're like, whoa, it looks cool, but what is this?
Sure. Yeah.
So you guys always have the best photos of like showing the actual use and need of this thing.
Yeah, you know what's great is a lot of the photos are just customer submitted photos. They go off road, they hit the Hitch Slider, and they're super excited about it. And they send us their photos, which is really great,
That's
awesome.
So I've pulled your Instagram up now just so people can kind of see, and I like that you're kind of, you do all kinds of different colors. Obviously people, if you just did a black color, people would buy it. But then there's always going to be that, well, they
want to accessorize.
Yeah, I want this color. What are some of the crazy things people might have been asking you for color wise?
Well, anywhere from gold to pink, which we've done for our friends. We've occasionally done like an off color, but it's very difficult for manufacturing to get, when you get the scale to offer every single color, right? So the primary colors, for the most part, red and black have been really the most sought after colors. Aside from
red works well with Jeep Rubicon stuff too. So
yeah, and it pops, right? I mean, whatever color vehicle you have, it pops, and people actually want to see it and want to see it pop, and they show off their Hitch Slider to people. So and that works really well.
And there you can see proof in the pudding right there. You can just see how scraped up in this slider is, and it just shows that they're definitely in a need. And yes, people can say, well, you've got your hitch there, it can drag on that, but this gives you a couple inches away from your hitch that gives your bumper a little more chance to survive, basically. Like at certain angles, I would rather slide on this than I think than my bumper.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Another added feature is that if you have a bare receiver, let's say you get into a ditch and you want to back out, Now your receiver, your bare receiver is a scoop, right? So it's
Yep.
just scooping mud and dirt and hitting on rocks, and the square edges get stuck on rocks. Whereas this is ramped, so you have kind of a smoother transition when you want to back out. So
Yeah. Well, was that something that you kind of had to play with a little bit? I mean, obviously or is this how you designed it from day one is how it is?
yeah, I can, my original design is very close to this. It just didn't have a recovery ring. I added that on the actual like product release, but it's very similar to this shape. I designed it this way because I knew I wanted transitions forward and backwards.
Right. And there you guys can see where they're hammering these things out, as it were. You said you own a machine shop, right? Or you are with a
Yes,
machine
that's right.
shop?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm
what a
here- I'm
great
here right now.
background. What a great background for something like this. But it also, since you have kind of a hit product, it has to open up the ideas for other things in the off-road community, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. On our Instagram, you'll see I haven't the Hitch Sliders kept us busy. We're machining them 24/7. In fact, I sent my crew home early so I can have a quiet shop for once. But we have.
Oh, you're welcome, crew. You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. So the next product is our Goliath hook shackle. You might find it somewhere on here.
Is it this right here?
Yeah, that's those are the hooks to it. So it's essentially a hook and a shackle. So those hooks open up, opposing hooks, so you can hook into like a closed D ring, or you can hook it onto like an open hook. So that
That's
will
nice and it's
replace.
quick.
Yeah, it's quick and it's super beefy and looks really cool in front of on your winch, in front of your winch.
Right.
So that's coming out soon. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I mean, yeah, people can kind of imagine like you can separate it real quick, or I'm assuming how this works, and then it just
exactly.
kind of goes. Yeah. So which
exactly
is
how it
because
works.
I've been stuck here in Middle Tennessee in deep mud. You're already aggravated. You got to be towed out of something. The last thing you want to do is sit standing in mud, having to screw all this together, trying to piece this all together to be pulled out. That sounds actually perfect for. And these are tools that you might not think you need till you have them, and once you have them, you're like, why didn't I buy something like this sooner? Or that's how I.
And then once you have them and use them, you're like, man, this is life changing.
Yes.
Like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. Plus, it'll
There you
look
can
really
see
cool too.
Yes.
You can see this thing taking some abuse. They're helping. Well, as long as it's towing out a Toyota product, we're okay there. But no, I mean, and also I haven't got much into recovery, but a couple weeks ago, a month or so ago now, there was the guy who was just trying to use his ball and hitch as a recovery point, and I think it ended the gentleman's life, or
It ended somebody's life.
Somebody's
I
life.
saw that. Yeah.
And that's why guys, gals, whoever, like that's why there's products like this. Like you take this stuff seriously because you don't think of it being a danger, but there really is risk to every part of off-roading, and I think products like what you're doing, Nepo, is definitely needed.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. The fact that we had it rated, it was very important to us to have it rated, so we're ensured that it'll hold up to the abuse, right? We don't want objects flying off and killing people. It was into the 5 digits, 5-6 digits to get that rated. So not a lot of companies rate their products. You'll see a lot of sliders out there with a recovery point on there, but they don't state any ratings, which means that they didn't rate it and they're welded on. I wouldn't feel comfortable using those myself, which is why I created this.
Does that, when you get these products rated, does that open you up then for Quadratech and some of these other companies to want your product?
Absolutely, they want like $1 million insurance policy is one, right? And then those are the requisites, and of course, patent pending and rated. They stand behind their when they carry our product, it's like their product, so they want us to stand behind it, right? So with
for sure
assurances,
yeah, super important for that. They have a stand-up business because of the stand-up products that they're bringing in, and they want to continue to bring products that are going to be safe for their customers, and also at the same point going to be good quality products for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
that's how word of mouth spreads. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, for sure. I will say we've got a lot of requests for colors in the chat.
I'm sure.
Allie said she wants teal. Somebody also asked for the Everglades green color.
Okay.
So there've been a couple requests. So I'm sorry, but they may come to you and be like, "Hey, can we do this color?" And obviously, you have to go. Oh, we can only do such and such.
Sometimes in the
Golden
holidays we
Chihuahua.
release like limited edition colors. If we get enough requests of a color, we'll introduce it. Rivian yellow is one of the ones we might be releasing because a lot of Rivian people have been hitting us up for Rivian
Oh,
yellow.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Tell you the truth. A lot of Rivian people actually, a lot of Rivian trucks are running our Hitch Sliders too.
Oh, nice. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, sales tactic here: the puppy and the
it's our
recovery
new
gear.
little pup. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Is that your dog?
Yeah, it's our little pup. Yeah.
Nice, man. A little Chihuahua. It looks like.
Little Chihuahua. Yeah.
I've had many of these little dogs, man.
He's
Such character.
a Chihuahua enthusiast, as it may
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Like he can pick a Chihuahua out of a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're also doing stuff. This looks like it's for the
It says tie rod mounts for
Yeah.
stabilizer.
for the stabilizer
And
bar
high
on a
mount.
Jeep, I'm assuming.
Good guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is those are always a pain in the butt because the stuff you get from like Bilstein or something, it's garbage. The way it's just flimsy, the way it all assembles to that, which is definitely a great there.
Yeah, like I said, when I build a product, it's usually because it's something I want myself, and I designed this for myself, and I just posted it on Instagram. People wanted it, so I'm offering it now because they wanted it. It offers more thread. When you hook up your stabilizer, not only does it raise the stabilizer a little bit so it's parallel, it offers more thread to thread into it because usually the ones on the tie rods are really thin, just round, and there's a tiny bit of thread on there. So yeah, that's why I designed it.
Nice. Well, I know the Bronco people here have no need for that part, but I like. Oh, Cigar Texan said
Cigar
he just ordered
Texan
one from
just
you guys.
ordered one.
Cigar,
thank
what
you.
color did you go with? What color did you go with? Hopefully, I forget what color.
And there's some requests for code orange. There's also some requests for the special bronze that you did previously. They missed out on the bronze, so they want you to bring the bronze.
Okay. Okay, I'm making note of that. Okay.
Just so you I just want to make sure that the folks are heard, whatever you do with that. And Sarge Green, they liked the Sarge Green too.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
We answer all our DMs, so just
so there you go. DM them, guys.
Yeah.
That's right. You
Tell
know
them
how
what
I
you
know?
want.
Because they answered mine to get him on the show.
And actually answered his.
So you had to be like, when I DM'd you about this, you're like, what? Broncos? What are these guys about, man?
No, not at all. Like I said, I belong to an overlanding group, and we have all kinds of rigs. Every single kind of rig possible. So I enjoy it. We go to a lot of meetups, and I enjoy walking through and seeing everyone's builds. Everyone how they approach making something off-road capable. Some are more off-road capable than others, but I appreciate how they make it to work for them.
So is this the thing that you're working on?
So that's the hook the Goliath hook shackle. That's one of the early prototypes. So that's one of the rigging companies
that's
that
where they're testing it, right?
Brake testing it, yeah. And it didn't quite get. That's why we haven't released it yet, because it hasn't reached the rating that we want. Even though it's more than you'd ever need, but I want it to be double more than you ever need.
Right.
That's
well,
cool.
that's smart.
Yeah.
And then nothing's coming back on you. And you're like, hey, man, this is rated for way more than you were ever doing with it.
Yeah. So the goal is 25K and it failed at 12 and a half or 12.
Yeah.
I like how it's put together, though.
Thank you.
Is this kind of similar what it's going to look like, or?
Yeah, very, very similar. The body, the silver body you see there, that's the body that won't break it until 30,000. But the hooks are the weak point right now, in which we're redesigning. So those are really thin. So when you see the first photo you showed, they're beefier, and they look better too. I think
Yes.
So
what are some challenges
to
What are some challenges to this? To obviously you said the first, the shackle here was pretty easy, but now that you're getting deeper into this, is it coming down to just, man, I really got to design I've got to really think about this. Obviously the type of metal or aluminum you're using, what does it come down to?
It's the type of aluminum, for one, the material, as well as the overall engineering of the shape to distribute the load. So we CAD simulate the models and we see where it breaks, but nothing ever beats actual world testing. So we have it. We take it to our rigging company, and it's not just once or twice. It's dozens of times at $1,000 a pop. So they give us that data so we can know that where it breaks, so we can analyze that and redesign it.
And it looks like here.
There you go.
Yeah, this is where you've been testing this product.
Yeah.
I mean, and guys, you have to know the metal. Like this is a whole new level of engineering. Like anybody can design something, but when you break down and have to, how does this react? How does to stretching or it's beyond my abilities to think about. But no, I really do respect that you were testing this. It's not just because there's so many of these backdoor fabricator guys that just, they make a set of rock sliders or something and they get on these forums and sell a dozen of them, and they're already over their head at a dozen, and then nobody's ever tested this. Nobody knows, are you using DOM? What are you using for materials? And looks like you well thought out, man. And is this like a early version of kind of what?
No, that's
oh no, this is where they're breaking.
That's actual brake testing, yeah. And this rigging company tests out crane. They do crane test out like 200,000 pound cranes, and
wow.
So they broke it there. Yeah.
Wow. And that was a lot of weight on that one because that was very violent. That's at 37.
Yeah.
Wow.
37,000 something pounds. Yeah. 170 pounds.
That's crazy.
Is there a need for heavier duty than that? I mean, what you're doing?
I don't think so. For a class 3 hitch, half of that weight might break most hitches already. It'll pop the bolts out of hitches. I don't think anyone would ever reach that kind of they would need that kind of weight on their recovery gear.
Yeah, and here's our buddies at Shocker Racing Garage, who we know those guys over there. That may be how I found you a long time ago, because I know they've done some of your product. Here's another, I'm assuming this is an early version of that.
Yeah. See, the arms are a lot thinner. Yeah.
Look, maybe we could get it for Valentine's Day. It would be a Valentine's Day.
It'd be a heart. It'd be
That's
a heart
idea,
for Valentine's Day.
Nothing says I love you like a shackle.
Well, actually, what was one of your first Christmas gifts to me? My mom looked at you like you were crazy.
Oh,
how romantic is a Leatherman?
Yeah.
For your first Christmas together. And I was super excited about it. My mom was like, well, that's not very romantic. I was like, well, he knows me. He knows I want to.
Did it have his name engraved on it?
No, he didn't go that far. So it wasn't very romantic after all, was it? He should have had my name or some sweetism put on it.
I like the, because I haven't paid much attention to this part of what you guys do, but I like that this is a front. I mean, is it intended to be a front winch?
Yeah, exactly. It's a winch hook shackle combination. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, man, that is so quick to hook up. That's going to be, I think that's going to be a home run for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, of course, obviously colors. People love colors once again. So take us through, you have one of the nicer websites too that I've seen. Let me pull this up here real quick. Because sometimes people just overdo it. They flood you with all this stuff. And there we go. Maybe. There we go. All right, loading up there. And you're not going crazy right now. You're still a young company with this stuff, but you've got a few things on there. What is are these made ready to go? What is the wait time on when they order your product?
Usually we try to make as much as we can. Like I said, we're machining 24/7. Usually on the Hitch Sliders, it's 3 to 4 business days before they ship. Usually sooner, but that's what we ask for, 3 to 4 days before it ships when they order. We've had a few people like, oh, I'm leaving for Moab, in 2 days. Can I get it? It just depends on where you're located in the United States. So in Southern California, they'll get it the next day. But we offer expedited shipping. We try to help them out. I understand what it feels like to be leaving for a trip and wanting something, on your rig. So we do our best to accommodate. Yeah.
Well, and I did see that on your website where you're like, hey, just let us know. We'll try to do our best to accommodate, which is nice, man. That means you guys care. You're not just selling a product because you're looking to make money, because I'm sure at no point is this product right now making you a wealthy man just yet. But it shows that you care about, hey, I want people to have my product. They need it. Let's get it right to them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, so what is the time frame on the winch shackle that you're doing?
Oh yeah, the Goliath hook shackle. We haven't released it quite yet. So once we release it, it'll be around the same time frame. Yeah, and we're nearly vertically integrated here. All we do is buy raw materials, and we machine it here, we prep it here, and we coat it here in our shop. So that's why we offer lead times that are better than industry right now. When you order like a suspension kit, you're waiting months sometimes, right? So I don't like waiting. I want my stuff like. Amazon kind of spoiled us, right?
Yes.
But like we want our stuff today or yesterday, right? So I understand that.
So when do you think that next recovery point that you'll have it out for offering?
I'm hoping by this winter we'll have it out. It's been repeated testing, like certification testing to make sure that it stands up, and reiterations of prototypes. And I want to use it. I've been using it in the field myself. It's in front of my Jeep right now. And to be honest with you, even the first revision, that small one that broke at 12, we've pulled stuff. We pulled like big F350s out of the sand in Pismo. It's never come close to even curling open. But
nice.
I want to make sure that it can never under any circumstance, normal condition, ever curl open or break. Right. So
right.
I want to make it.
Is there anything else coming down the pipeline that you can talk about?
Sure. We have, aside from physical, recovery gear, we're coming out with an ignition kill switch, which I'm not sure if you're aware. A lot of people, when you have a key fob for your car theft is up, where a guy can sit 2 cars away in the parking lot and scan your key fob, and then get a duplicate made, and then walk up to your car when you're away and just drive your car away as if they had your key fob. Right. Ignition kill switches have been around for a long time, but it's difficult for people to implement because they don't want to cut wires and things like that. So we're coming up with a drop-in ignition kill switch where you don't have to cut any wires, just pop it in, drop a fuse out, pop it in, and then run it to your cab, and you hide your switch, and you're good to go. It'll kill your ignition, your starter. So make it more theft proof. Right.
Well, that is. What I think Dateline or somebody did stories a couple years ago where people are standing on bridges and being able to clone get right into your computer systems.
Wow. You can buy that stuff. You can buy the scanners on eBay. Not that you should, but you can buy those scanners on eBay. I just told people what to get. So,
bye, Colby. Thanks for joining.
Aside from that, we have various products for various billet products that we're coming out with, like suspension, end-link reinforcement brackets, things like that. Again, stuff that I want and I use. We have an automatic electronic air up and air down system. It's kind of like the wifey system, but more integrated, where there's no hoses. The hoses tuck into your vehicle. You pull it out each tire. I have it on my vehicle now, a prototype, and so you don't have any hose. You just pull it out and pop it into your tire, and then electronically controls the air up and air down. So you set your pressure air up and air down. It'll do it automatically and cut it off. Yeah.
Man, the days of using my keys are getting to air down and getting well past.
Or a rock that we find.
Yeah.
I've used rocks too. That I'm just too lazy to get up and get my keys. Yeah. No, I do love all those systems, man. So, as we wind this down with you, Nepo, obviously you said orders are pretty easy to get out. Christmas time's coming, people. You're going to see more aftermarket manufacturers on here that I like. So we're not bringing anybody on here that I don't kind of put my word behind. Go check out their stuff. Obviously, I know Tim, our moderator, Tim, was putting some stuff in there for everybody to check out. Any final words, sir?
No, I appreciate all the loyal customers that we've had across the board. Customer loyalty is a big thing to us, and customer satisfaction is a big thing to us. So we want to continue providing that level of customer service, and releasing good products that I enjoy myself, all my friends enjoy, and all our customers enjoy.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And that is the website name is, it's tricky. Let's look at it here. It's number 41.
We put it in the chat.
I know, but I want people to know. And then it's letters for 22, not
Yeah,
it's spelled
22
out.
is spelled out. Yeah.
So if you want to check it out, and obviously on Instagram has all the cool pictures.
Mhm.
I do like, when you pop up in my feed, I do like going, well, I wonder what somebody's doing now. Like, I want to be doing that. But Nepo, we appreciate you being on there, guys. Once again, go check at least just go to the website, look at what he's got. And if you buy it, definitely leave reviews. I know that means a lot.
And hey, remember, if you've got a request for a color, or reach out to Nepo. I know a lot of folks in the chat tonight were saying some of the same colors. So remember, if he can get enough folks to want those colors, then he can make it work. So just make sure you reach out. Said he responds to everything. So get into those Instagram messages and kind of send a message.
All right, so Nepo, I'm going to check in with you down the road because I'm curious. I'm really curious into that winch hook. So I'm definitely going to reach out to you about buying one of those from you. But so guys, go check it out. Clearly, we've had no interactions before this, and I feel like you would be a good friend. So go check
Thank you very much.
Their website out, and if you buy it, let us know. So Nepo, we say thank you for being on, and
thank you, sir.
We will talk some Broncos now.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night,
Bye.
sir. Thank you.
There you go, guys. That was a lot of fun, and crazy. Like, people really getting in there. Like Cigar Texan was in there, and he no selling for Cigar Texan, just he needed that. That's awesome. And all the colors. I know, like Jody there with Bird Dog Overland Bronze. Yeah, he wants wants something like that to go with his thing. Add this back real quick. I really do. I know people. I've seen people comment on this guy's going, "What's $189?" I don't put a dollar amount on safety if I'm on the trails.
No, especially if they've had this rated up to 31,000 pounds.
No, 37.
Well, 37,000 pounds. So you got to think about it. Yeah, you don't need 37,000 pounds in every day, but think about those times that you get stuck in something that you still don't need 37,000 pounds, but you are weighing much more than you usually do because you're stuck in mud, or you're stuck in those different things, or you're at a weird angle or things like that. So that is huge. So
no, and honestly, man, I've seen recovery points where people are dangling off the side of ledges and stuff. And I definitely, because there's some Chinese shackles out there that they have a stamp rating of something on it. I guarantee you they're not rated for anything near what they stamp on this stuff. And there's some cheap stuff out there. So American made product, and I love it. And
we'll be the first to tell you, we've owned some of that not great quality. So we're slowly switching over to the products that are American made and make sense for us. So
definitely lesson learned on some of those things. And so now I want to get into, we're going to get some Bronco stuff going, because I've seen some I've had quite a few people reaching out to us, Kelly, and they were getting their build dates.
Yes.
And John, I'm going to butcher his last name. Wiedemann, who made my little gnome back there. He's been beat down for 2 years now. He just wants a simple.
And honestly, I think he stopped coming to our Bronco lives because we stopped seeing him in the comments, because I think he was just so heartbroken.
Yeah,
but I will tell you, I saw him in every group. Whenever somebody got a two-door, it'd be like, "What's your build? I'm still waiting. Yeah. What's your build?"
Yeah, no, and because he went with a small dealership, so I get that, and I preach that sometimes you maybe, and I even talked to John about it. Like, if you're not getting from that dealership, you might go to a little bit larger dealership and just place the identical order. Trust me, those dealers love it, and I know Allie might disagree with this, but. Because they get dinged for if the customer doesn't pick up the vehicle. But at the end of the day, it's about you and the purchase you want to make. So if you needed that,
I just noticed you're a little scruffy tonight.
Yeah, I got to shave. It's been over a week. Look at this.
Yeah, this is a week, guys. So anybody that tries to give him like a growth, like a no shave November type thing, this is what you would see all month. So yeah, two-door guys have been waiting a sick minute. Yeah.
So, but I really do I feel like Ford is doing the best they can now of hey, we're getting these reservations out of here. We're pushing and pushing, because some of the people like John have been waiting there. I want to say John is a day 2 maybe reservation or early on. Like
I know early.
he's been waiting quite a while. And if you guys have gotten your
I should know from all the posts I've seen if it's like how many days.
your build date, and let me know in the comments how long, like what was your reservation date and what's your build date. I'm kind of curious to see how you guys doing. I'll be honest, I'm very excited for everybody. I've said it many times. I do feel guilty at times that we have ours. You know the story. I'm not going to go into of why. But I'm happy that it's people are getting it. What is Captain? Hold on.
Michael Cooper received his 22 on September 29th. Yay!
Nice. There was one right here I wanted to get to real quick. Where'd it go?
John?
And then I probably passed it. My focus tonight is all over the map. Maybe it went away. All right. What else you got going on here, Kelly?
I don't know.
Oh, I know you had some. I know you had some story.
You were throwing me off.
Me says day 2 reservation just shipped today. Congratulations!
Nice. Congratulations. Watch, it's like ME. It's not me.
I know Cole got his today.
Nice.
Picked his up, or he sent me pictures of it being at the dealership, and he was trying to do something with it.
Minall Productions says my Badlands is built, just playing the waiting game now.
That's the worst part.
It is the worst part.
And it was bad for us knowing that we had an inside track to kind of know some things about ours on the actual line of being built. That was so bad. And the person that knew that was helping me out with that loved playing with my emotions on it too. He's like, hey man, what have you heard today? What's going on? And I was like, you asshole. Like, you're killing me, dude.
Nick North says, so quick question. My dealership is within driving distance, like 5 minutes. How quick from the factory to the dealership you supposed to take? Because it's 20-minute drive from the plant to dealer. Yeah. So we know some folks that literally were at the dealership across the street from MAP. Yeah. And it still took like 2 weeks to get their trucks.
Imagine what a great payday it is for that shipping company,
right?
On that one,
like such a big, or such a so far drive.
Well, what a pain in the ass, because you're like, I literally have to put this truck on the
chalk it down, everything else, and then go over there and drop it off.
And then I guarantee you, they probably do like a lot of dealerships do, where the truck then pulls in front of the dealership out on the road.
Yes.
Take it off, and they could have literally just drove it straight across.
So really, the long story short on that one is just, it really just depends on when your truck shows up to pick up your truck.
Yes.
Pick up your rig and deliver it. I know Colby's gone, but I wanted to answer this question. So we kind of talked about this. How long usually till delivery after the window sticker? So the window sticker is gonna tell you your blend date. Mm-hmm. So your blend date is gonna say, this is the day when my body comes together of your truck. And then it's within a couple hours that your truck is built, and typically ideally. In a perfect world, is going to be built. It's going to be through inspections. It's going to be through quality, and it's going to be on the lot waiting to be picked up by your truck. Yep. And so then it really just depends on how long it takes to get to your location. If you're going by truck only, you're only waiting on a truck to pick you up and take it. If you're going by rail, you're going straight on the rail traditionally. Going straight on the rail, and then you're going to a rail yard, and then you're waiting on a truck to pick it up there. So you've kind of got 2 pieces in there. So there's really a whole lot of pieces moving in there. I've seen it as quick as a couple weeks. But honestly, I've seen it as quick as a couple of days, but I've seen it as long as a couple months. I hate to say that, but it's been what we've seen.
Sorry, I'm pulling this up.
Driven Wild Outdoors in the house this evening too. Stephen Rapp says, got a Heritage Limited online, sadly wanting over 10K, which I think we talked about that 2 weeks ago, right? So they did finally set on 10K, huh? Ugh.
Let's see. I want to pull this up just so we can talk about this.
So Bronco Dude says, my Bronco was built the second week of September, hasn't shipped yet, been in awaiting shipment for weeks.
Yeah. I mean, depending, I know somebody got pissed off at me in an email about this. They were like, I'm done with this saying there's issues with getting truck drivers, but there are. The facts are there are, and I hate it, but they need that truck to be loaded down specifically for multiple stops in that area, or maybe it's just one stop. I don't know how many the dealership would have coming in, but and in a lot of cases they're not just shipping Broncos. That truck has to be there. Then it may go down the road to the I can't think of the the Mustang plant, but it might pick up one that has to be like it's multiple stops on the way, picking up cars to head in a direction. So
If you hadn't said that, I would know exactly the name, and I can't think of it right now.
I know.
Convoy on the sticker means it's going by truck. It would say rail if it was going by rail.
Yes, there. So here's your Ford dealership that we're talking about. Here's Michigan Assembly Plant.
It literally goes to that parking lot right there at map.
Yep. I want to pull up the. I was hoping to pull up the layers. There it is. Let's go to.
Oh, you want to look at satellite? Go to satellite.
Yeah. There we are. All right. So, any cool photos you generally see are from. I want to say, is it right? No. Where I'm.
Wait. So find the Bronco.
No,
Well,
that's
this
what
may
I'm.
be way
This
old.
is this is old because this is where.
Oh, it's right there.
They're refurbing. There it is. So this is where all the cool photos you were seeing of the Broncos, they were been up. It's different now, but they had, that's where the
Bronco would sit.
yeah. And there's the plant, the sign that's over there. But anytime you drive up, you pull up there, you can always see what the latest cool thing they've got out there. But so if I remember right, rail
Rail.
is
Sorry.
right here. So either they go on rail cars over here or on this side of the plant. Look at all those. And those look like Rangers. But then they all come over here for processing. And it looks like they've got some rail yard that as well. But I know I believe it's over here is where some of the trucking it picks up as well. And then I forget where it's at.
What are you looking for?
Dirt Mountain is over here.
Oh,
I
didn't know where Dirt Mountain was.
But that is that's map. And I will say this is one of the smaller plants in the US. so where's the strip bar in relationship to map? I think you're on the wrong channel, Kim.
Yeah.
But anyways, but map, if you were ever in the Michigan area, if you do the Woodward Dream Cruise next year, any of y'all, I suggest doing it. It's fun. It's a good Friday, Saturday, definitely. It's a fun. If you're within a few hundred miles of that place, go have some fun there. But drive by map and see how tiny of a plant this is and how many they're cranking out of that plant, man. Those guys are kicking ass over there building.
Kim says, I have a Chihuahua and a Great Dane. Guess who's the boss? Oh, I can imagine which one is the boss because I know which one was the boss in our house.
Our Chihuahua was funny, man. He was about, when we got our bigger dog Brooks, he was 10, 11 maybe years old. And he was still pretty spry, but he was getting to be that grumpy little old man. And my big dog has a bed next to my side of the bed. Since he's been a pup, that's where he lays. And
he was supposed to be the family's dog, by the way.
And the Chihuahua would like to piss that dog off and go lay right in his bed,
right in the middle.
And the pup didn't know what to do about it, and he would be all like barking at him, like, "Hey, let's play! Come on, get out of my bed!" And nope, little Chihuahua just gave him the bird and was like, "This is mine." Now.
And he'd have to sleep on the floor, and you'd hear him.
Yeah, you'd hear him moan, whine
when he was on the floor.
Quite funny. And speaking of moaning and whining, Kelly, so there was
Bird dog says Kelly's fun to drink with.
Do what? Oh,
that's right, because you're the old man.
Hey.
Remember?
Hey.
You're the one that said you're all business on your trips.
It is. So speaking of fun things.
That's all right. We'll drink together, Jody.
Miss Allie's not going to like this, but
this is not her photo, by the way. Somebody got her in a parking lot.
Oops,
wrong.
Yeah, wrong one. Try it again. There we go. Somebody snatched a photo of Miss Allie's Bronco with something fun on there. Now I don't want to.
Were you supposed to tell people that it was hers?
Well, it's all in the comments of this. It's
all in the comments of whose it is.
It's not a secret anymore.
Okay.
But Miss Teal, as you can see, why
Allie says she doesn't have a Bronco.
Well, that's what I heard. But there's something different on this, Kelly. I just can't. I don't know. Can't really put my hands on what it is, but actually some interesting product being tested.
Might have to put a hat on for it.
And what the bummer about this is the fact that she's doing some testing for. I'm not saying the company's name.
Somebody is doing testing.
Yes,
it's not Allie. She doesn't have a Bronco. Remember?
Right. But some testing being done on this, and what a brilliant thing. They do these. A company called Best Top does these on it. They make a single top version of this. Which if we had a hard top, with now having a soft top, we definitely would want that.
Yes.
But if this is potentially what it looks like, where it goes all the way back, that would be right up your alley, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Alley. Right up alley.
My alley.
Anyways, I hated though that this got spoiled for Allie. She's done it. Like I said, I think this
Again,
vehicle
it's not Allie. She doesn't have a Bronco.
I think this vehicle is being having some test parts on it. But once again, whoever the owner of this vehicle is, I hate that got spoiled for you. But still interesting.
But that's what happens when you drive it to the grocery store, I guess.
Yes. Yes. That's what happens when you might live in the area that a lot of product gets tested out.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So what speculation on the forum is to the brand on this one?
I'm not speculating anything.
No. People are speculating what the brand is.
Well, let's see here. Let's put it back up here.
That was awfully sneaky.
Looks like a double Sunrider top. But I won't know, man.
So click on the product. Let's see if it looks the same.
I don't want to click on that product.
Why?
Because I don't know if this is the same company, and I would hate to ruin that company's surprise any more than it's out there.
There's a live link. Click on the live link.
All right.
It's not like it's. No, that's a single.
I know. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
But
so speculation is. Let's see.
It's not. I know it's not on there.
Oh, did you already look?
No, I know it's not on there. It's not ready to be on there.
Oh. If it was coming from Best Top.
Yes.
Okay.
But the only bummer I think about these is the gray top, and you got that nice black tweed look to it. It's just kind of, for me, just kind of like, it just takes away from, because I've seen, this is big on Jeeps. This is not like some exclusive Bronco thing. But
TJ Miller says, I want one so damn bad.
Well, you should email Best Top and
ask them if that's the product.
Ask if they make those or are willing to make those.
But it was spotted.
Yes.
We don't know whose truck.
I don't know who's
it's on.
I don't know. No idea of anything. But Kelly, we've got to buy our Best Top.
Yeah, we missed a deal. I found a little flyer that came in our mail that we missed a couple weeks ago. It was like 10% off or something. All the Bronco.
Well, we would buy from TC. Mitchell, we would buy from.
That's
Mitchell,
right. That's true.
Because Mitchell's our guy for fun products.
It's going to be a
that.
minute though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas? Bronco parts?
Will
Bronco Santa be visiting for Christmas?
Can you turn the air up? It's kind of hot in here.
Man.
I think it's my apple cider kicking in.
Wow. All right.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm having a hot flash.
I see that. So you're a little young for that yet.
I know. All testing says I'm way too young for it still.
Yes. Anybody else been talking about getting their product?
Everybody's asking everybody to click the like button.
Thank you.
Please and thank you.
We've got 95 in here and only 57 likes.
Yeah. So you may, if you're on your cell phone, you may need to minimize the chat to pull it up to be able to like it.
If I had feelings, I would be crying right now at 57 likes and 96
he's
people.
Heartless.
Well, sometimes. What did you like the little interview we did there? We want to bring more stuff. Like I said earlier, with Christmas coming, I know there's especially I like to give the littler companies a shot at a little bit of publicity, especially you guys being in the Bronco audience. I like to showcase those guys a little bit more. You've seen what we've done with Lifestyle Off-Road and some of the companies like that. So go ahead, Kill.
Alan says, I had a moment where I almost gave up, but my wife keeps telling me you'll hate yourself for giving up. Just have to support a reminder for you. Who put
Alan,
your
how
order
long have you been waiting though? That's the real question, because I will say though, once you get it, like we got ours last November 18th or 19th, somewhere there, right? Or 20th. Right before
we
my
picked
birthday.
it up on the 20th. It arrived on the 18th.
So it was a little chilly here in Tennessee by then. Still, you could roll down the windows or whatever. But I think we almost waited till the snowstorm to flip the top back. So we had a snowstorm last year, and we were live streaming with the top down. So
true story. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do something stupid like that. But my point of that is no matter what the temperature is when you get it, they drive amazing. If you've ever driven a Jeep, it's night and day. I mean, we have a Jeep. I love my Jeep Gladiator. I'm just saying, if Ford were to make a Gladiator like something in a Bronco name, it might be in the driveway. But they're just night and day difference. You know that you've driven both on trips. They're just completely different, and it's definitely worth the wait. Having the top down is nice, especially in the Jeep. It's nice to take those Freedom tops off and ride around.
It is, but they're. I like the soft top from the perspective of the ease of I don't have to store it.
Mhm.
I don't have to do anything. But when you take the hard tops off, you do have to like worry about, will they fit in the back seat? Well, if they don't fit in the back seat, are they going to get scratched up in the back of the truck? You know, things like that. So they're not as easy. And in a rainstorm, a pop-up rainstorm, they're much easier to close on the Bronco than it is on the Gladiator itself.
Yes.
So just saying there's a few, there's pluses and minuses with it all. American Film Production says, got my Badlands scheduled for production on November 21st. Ordered last year, October. Any idea if it gets delayed? Some people said it will get postponed. Is this true?
So I do like to preface this. We got pushed back, 3 weeks, maybe?
From the 25th to the 27th to the 25th.
Now,
so just shy of a month.
Last year with 21s, they built them all the way to like December 8th or 9th. So being pushed back, if you had a 21 that got pushed back at that last date, you're getting a 22, but it's called a 21. Now, was there
because your VIN is built and your built is a 21?
Is there anything different for us if we were pushed to a 22 last year, other than losing our color?
Not now.
Nothing. But there wouldn't have been really anything different.
No, but there
now,
would from 22 to 23. Sorry.
Now they're adding like a sub as standard. There's a couple things that are fun, and the fact that they're building the 23s a little bit earlier. So the 23s go into effect now. What is today? The 10th. So we're in October, and then I guarantee you next year they switch into August. That the 24s will start being built. So then it won't matter as much. But I think with 23s, I don't think even if it gets delayed a few weeks, you're still getting a 23. You still got a brand new vehicle, and you're going to enjoy it a lot. And I mean a lot. Even if you don't take it off road, you're going to enjoy this thing a lot.
Yes. Let's see.
Of course, American Film Productions. We're glad to help, man. I've been with the 6th gen Bronco from day one, man, and just covering it. I've had friends up in Michigan at the plant that was feeding me stuff. Not as much fun information comes out of there anymore, but still, we do have we have some people up there, so they do keep an eye on us. And the tops that I'm seeing are a lot better. Though I have seen some of the Gen 2 tops still with a little bit of the snake skin to them. But I think till Ford honestly designs a better top. I think it's about the best they're going to do unless you get a painted top.
Randy Hughes says peppermint schnapps hot chocolate is awesome as well. I'm going to have to try that. And I'm also going to have to try like a peppermint espresso martini.
That just sounds like horrible.
You leave my drinks out of this. I don't poo-poo on you and your whiskey and bourbon and all that other shiz that you drink.
Yeah, a little bit of ice in there.
So you leave my stuff alone.
Tastes good.
Dirk's still waiting for his ETA 1021.
Well, I thought Dirk said it was built. He was just waiting.
He said it's built, but he's waiting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cigar Texan, for that. Says finally found and bought the right truck for my son. A 64 F-150 step side Y block. Another Ford owner minted. The adventure begins.
Nice. Hopefully it's a project truck a little bit too, where you guys can get into it and have some fun with it.
That would be fun.
It would be fun. Houday Cincy Cycles. We're not us this week, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel, I'm a big Bengals fan, and
didn't make
we
it.
had a run last year. And in 30 years, we'll have another one.
This one is so used to losing. I love you. It was in the third quarter last night, and he goes, why did they make that play? They just lost the game. And I'm looking at the TV, and he goes, oh, is this only the third quarter? I was like, yep. He's like, oh, all right. All right, cool. So, yeah. See, you just look aside. Look aside. See? Nurse AJ says, oh, Kelly, come hang with me. I got you, girl. And Gia Hogue says, oh, yes, Kelly, for the espresso martini with peppermint in it. Yes.
Well, the espresso martini is one thing. That's just like adding 6 more things of like that.
You don't like coffee, though. You
That's
like the
true.
smell of coffee. You don't like the taste of coffee.
I
So
like
I'll take an
Monster,
espresso
and if
martini.
Monster would like to be a partner of the show,
They're too big for us.
no,
they
we're
don't
too,
care
we're
about
too big for
us.
them. So somebody was asking about they being pushed. This is on Bronco 6G. As it came out today, today at 3:45. It says Ford is now pushing production dates from November 7th to November 14th, or November 21st to November 28th.
Oh,
So if you got that lucky 21st on my birthday, by the way, build date,
Gia.
you may get the email saying that it was pushed to a when you
Pushed
get
a week.
I don't remember us getting an email on it. I just remember when we got our we kept waiting for the window sticker, and finally it.
Yeah, so the way that it worked for us is we kept trying to look for the window sticker, the back doorway, kept looking, and it wasn't there. And then we got an email a couple of days before we're supposed to go into production saying we were pushed.
But I will put this. I'm going to put this link in here in case you guys want to, because there's a link and it shows how to. Easiest way of doing this. It shows how to put your reservation ID in there, and it looks like you can play along. And it's a backdoor link. So
yeah. So replace the X's with your reservation number.
Yeah.
Which is just like you do with the backdoor link for the window sticker.
The window sticker.
502 Bourbon Cruise says ordered a Maverick a few weeks back. I'm guessing the turnaround will be similar to the Bronco.
You have no idea with Maverick, man. Maverick is it's almost worse than Bronco. Almost.
How anybody says that?
Well, because
I know, I'm just saying.
Vehicle. The sales are they're just a little under, I think, what Bronco does, but it's still a pretty hot vehicle. And you've had people waiting for well over a year now. So good luck.
Mike Mack says the only VIN number I know by heart is my Bronco. Good for you. I just copied and pasted because I would have eventually memorized it, but my luck, I would have put somebody else's VIN number in on accident. I'd be like, yes! And then I'd be like,
oh.
Dave, why is our reservation this so jacked up? It's not the same. They messed it up. And then it would take me.
Why is it showing a cyber orange Bronco?
Yeah.
That's where you would have shipped your bricks and been like mad, been like, what did he
change?
Or
it was a Raptor or something crazy
no,
for
but
some
you
reason.
You would have been like, he changed that.
I would have beat him. I mean,
well, it was,
lovingly, of
it
course.
was my Bronco at one point. So
it's our Bronco.
Oh, now it's our Bronco. I think there's a little thing in there that says otherwise.
Randy Hughes says, hell yeah, Dave, daily monster drinker here. He is daily times 2 though, usually.
Sometimes 3.
Sometimes 3. So he does not have kidney friends.
Kidney friends?
His
no,
friends
I've got to back off the monster a little bit.
He does. Because he's about that age that starts having kidney issues.
I was like, that age for what? Is there an age limit to monster?
Well, there is an age limit that you have some checks that you need to have done.
I've had those checks before. We're good.
15 years ago does not count. Yeah, Gia, I've heard people. I actually think I saw your post on it that says, she said, did you guys know that there is a tracker on the Ford Pass app?
I did not know that.
I've heard people talk about it, but I haven't dug down into it.
Clearly, we don't need to open that
because I can't see it in our app.
Did y'all see that there? If you have the Hilux package, that you're getting a full screen of
that's
CarPlay and Android Auto. I didn't realize, because we don't have that, I guess mostly, that you didn't, because we have full screen, or I believe it's full screen on Android Auto / Apple. I didn't realize that the big screens didn't get that. So
when he told me, I was like, okay, and he's like, but they don't get the full screen. I was like, what do you mean they don't get the full screen? He's like, they don't get the full screen like we do.
Which I don't know if that's a big selling point, but it's kind of cool that they're continuing to update these vehicles.
Night, Derek. Thanks for joining, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sweet dreams. Yes, Dave is getting 12-inch MV again. For the screen.
Oh, I was like, what are we talking about?
For the screen. Yeah, Allie. Bronco Supercell East is 100 and what'd you say, 97 days away? I think you said 197 days.
You know what I think we should do? We should have the globally famous
191.
We should have a autograph session with this globally famous Bronco owner.
Yeah.
Have her in the booth.
Yeah. Or him. Or they.
Yeah, whatever they call themselves. Signing autographs. That's what I'm just saying. She is a she's a superstar.
Them. They.
Yeah. You never know what we could put her Bronco in the booth
His, or they,
that has some teal on it.
whoever's Bronco it is.
Yeah, I mean clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I really think that would be a get to touch the world famous Allie's Bronco, maybe.
So are we gonna buy another booth this year?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are we gonna go in the Bronco Nation booth?
No, I'm not going in there. I'm not friends with those people. Not the people that are members of Bronco Nation. I'm just not me and Bronco Nation right now. We've had a falling out.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop. I did not open that for a can of worms for you to go on a rant.
If you're a part of Bronco Nation, more power to you. But they've cut us off from interviews. So
he's going WTF and stop it.
I will go WTF.
I hate it when you go WTF because
I've played nice with them people.
This is
for over a year.
recorded. Can you stop?
I played nice for over a year. I was
I need you to
promised an
stop.
interview,
I need you to
and
stop.
then they pulled it away.
I need you to stop. Okay, folks. Yeah.
Loving you.
Day in the life. Day in the life.
Yeah, I haven't done a WTF in a while.
Oh Lord,
We've got a year review video coming up on our Bronco too.
we do.
Got,
We haven't shot yet.
Well, but I've been thinking about like things that kind of aggravate me about it,
No.
and things obviously that I love about it, and it's pretty tough. It's a pretty tough one. I hate to say it because we review cars, and maybe we're just a little too attached to it. But it's going to be a tough one. It is going to be a tough one.
Oh, a tough, unbiased review.
Yes, because you guys know, like I don't pull punches on this stuff, man. If I think a product's a piece of shit, I'm going to tell you, hey, this is garbage. And I would tell you, what was the Kia that we drove?
Celtos.
A Saltos, which is
Celtos. SCLTOS.
Sounds like something to get rid of something scratchy. And that's what it drove like. Horrible car. And I've drove Kia products that I love.
It wasn't as bad on the highway as it was on those roads.
It didn't drive great. No, I mean,
I didn't drive it a ton.
That's what I'm going to be. It's just awful.
Okay, so we have to, breaking news. 502 Bourbon Crew just backhanded a possum that snuck into his garage with his Glock 17. He charged me. It was surreal. I did have wife pause the podcast.
502, if I knew you would join this live stream right now, I would send you a link because I need to know these things. This is made for YouTube kind of TV.
American film. Yeah, we have actually, so what we do is we actually do rental car reviews of the cars that we get because we actually use.
Let's rewind. So when we fly to press events.
I was getting there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Man.
So when we fly to press events, we always rent a car at National. We're not sponsored.
We try to live stream on Instagram when we do this, so you guys can help pick us. But last one we were there way too early.
Yeah. So we've actually had two. No, it is not a Blue Angels hat, Mike Max. It is a Nashville Soccer Club.
But this is where we live, right where the number 6 plane crashed a few years ago.
I don't know.
And I think it had something engine failure. He purposely put it in the ground.
Yeah, so he wouldn't kill anybody.
I think it's number 6 plane is what it was. I can't remember the pilot's name right now, but no, it is not.
But anyway, when we travel for press events, we always get a rental car and we do the Emerald aisle where it's you pay one flat fee and you get to choose your car from that aisle. Well, they're all mid-size.
It's usually not a great selection either.
The mid-size are not mid-size anymore. The mid-size are not the mid-size of the years gone because they used to be a lot bigger cars. Now they're kind of compact cars. This was actually a compact SUV that was available to us. So I've had 2 Kias in rental. Again? Kia Seltos. You're not replacing.
All right.
Do Control A. Never mind. Anyway, so I had a K5 when Becky with Driven Wild Outdoors and I went to
I know this is a
Ladies
Bronco
Off Rodeo.
But this is what this turd looked like.
That was actually the color.
Yes.
It's not terrible.
For what you pay for it, I hate to say that $32,000 is a
for $32,000.
Then this is a Caravan, but
Carvana,
whatever. And mid-30s for a vehicle like this. Should drive a lot better, though, in my opinion. Anyways, this is Bronco. This is Bronco things. But go ahead, Kelly. Finish your story.
But anyway, so we've had 2 Kias now. So I had a Kia K5 when we went
Which you were highly
in July, which I was highly pleased with. Like, Becky and I may or may not have driven to Mexico and driven like 80 miles an hour, 80, 90 miles an hour
That
on a
car
back road in Mexico.
It would do that?
Yeah. It actually was kind of fun. We have some GoPro footage that you should have gone through that you would have found where we had some fun on those back roads, but you haven't gone through the footage. So
That was your job.
no, not my job. Anyway, so we've had 2 Kias now.
We don't want to see you in a Kia.
No, we don't want to be in a Kia again. We need to get press loans is what we need to get when we go to these towns. And then we won't be in Kias.
We got some friends at the GM or whoever will park a car at the airport for them. And I'm like, I need a few more subs. Come on.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
Smash the sub button for me because that's all they look at. They don't care about my numbers. They look at subs, unfortunately.
Yeah. So share the channel.
Yes, please.
Get us those subs.
Let's see. There was a
American Film says I was planning to get a Bronco Raptor, but my dealer told me they will charge me $35,000 over.
there. That's what
Located in California because of the Raptor allocation thing. I was thinking of converting.
I just don't. Okay, so a Raptor truck, I love. And you guys, I've not been the biggest fan of the Raptor. For one, we all know that either you like the fenders or you don't. I did see advanced fiberglass, whatever, is working on. They're scanning fenders now, so they're going to do something probably very integrated for the fenders to fix that problem. I just don't think it's. I don't know that it's worth it, man. I really don't. I think the engine they chose is a good engine. I just don't think there's enough extra horsepower. I mean, Ford come out this past week or last week in with their little plug and play tuner, as it were, where it can get. We're at 330 now, roughly, probably honestly about 335, 38 with the exhaust.
What are we talking about?
Our 2.7.
Oh, sorry.
And with what their little thing is, I think they say it's another 28 horsepower you can get. You're what? We'll say roughly 360 then. And I think my 2.7 would keep up with that. I really do. I think the 2.7 would keep up with the Bronco. Now, I'm probably crazy.
You mean the Raptor?
Yes, the Raptor. Yeah, I'm probably crazy, but
He's crazy.
I just don't think it's enough. Now, Dwayne with Driven Wild Outdoors has one on order. So maybe we'll see Dwayne this spring and he'll have his and I can race him. And not get that video idea stolen. All right.
Amanda says, I can verify the possum did get hit and almost peed on.
Wait, you were going to pee on a possum?
I have a feeling that she was probably scared,
yeah, it makes
almost peed out.
I was like, what do they do in Kentucky, man? Like, you guys have some crazy shenanigans you guys do. We like to backhand possums when we can and then pee on them. We show them who's boss.
Night Nurse AJ, I know you've been up a super long time, so
Yes,
thanks
ma'am.
for joining us tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, what Kentucky does is you make great bourbon and you pee on possums, clearly.
God.
Wow.
I can't believe you.
Everyone is in agreement. Dave is nuts.
Yes, it's a true story.
I would be curious to run my 2.7 against a Raptor. No, I'm saying it would probably get beat, but I don't think it would be by like leaps and bounds.
502 says no, wouldn't be the first time. There was a peeing on a possum incident circa 2006.
Man,
I'm gonna have to hear this story.
we got to get 502 on the show.
Yes.
Um,
Wes says established dominance over the possums.
You're damn right. You gotta let those possums know. Nothing like degrading a possum. You're less than
more than they already are.
You dig in my trash. Well, now guess what? You're gonna smell like my pee. And there we just got demonetized right there.
TJ Miller says my 2.7 non-sass with 446 gears is a lot quicker than my 2016 50 F-150.
No, they are spunky. I will say that for ours, because I got in ours this past week, just toying around with it. When we had Ricky, I was taking Ricky to lunch in it, and there's just that slight hesitation with the turbo, but once it goes, man, it just, you feel it just suck to the ground and go. It's very interesting, and I would be curious now with the Wild Track getting the new Haas 3.0, how much softer or more dampening that does when you get into it, because that pays a lot for cars to grip. You need that vehicle to bite down on the ground, and it's all about suspension. So, what are you doing?
I'm pulling something up.
Oh.
Talk to the people.
Racing Jeeps is no. I truly don't want to race these. Like, oh, we need an update.
Talk to the people.
Hi, people.
I'm producing. You're supposed to be talking.
Well, you had your computer for that. Let's see what else we got going on. Kind of bummed. Heritage has everything. I wanted standard. Yes, Nick, it is a bummer. Somebody emailed me today and said they were going in on a Heritage, that they'd gotten their it went through their dealer as a not build yet, but I don't know if it was. I want to say it was the limited too. Showing day 4.
I'm working on it.
I see that. How many days is this, by the way? 7.
I'm not sure if they're done with with today yet. That's what I was trying to see.
Okay. Do we know what number the Bronco is?
Yeah.
I think there's 3 out there.
Well, I know Shelby's.
Oh, okay.
6th. That was yet.
You can stream this.
I know. I was trying to figure out.
So yes, our friend Shelby Hall is in the Rebel Rally, and if you don't know, it's a navigation rally. And
we actually have a couple of folks in there actually. So we've got Shelby Hall and Penny Dale, where they are in it right now. So they must be stopped for the night because they are not moving, and they were moving at like 60 miles an hour earlier.
Ooh.
And looks like, all of them are like.
How
stopped.
is I wonder how Jill's doing.
I looked earlier. They're actually in a different class, so they are. I think they're like this one.
No, I do know Lynn Woodward though.
There
they are.
So they're stopped too. So they're 28th place in theirs. So you can actually live standings. So they're actually in the X Cross class, is where Jill and
they're
Kristen
last place
are
right now.
Yeah, so they're in last place right now.
Lynn Woodward's in this.
Hold on.
She was.
Sorry.
She was.
I'll come back. See, overall today, they our friends Jill and Kristen, Jill Simonella and Kristen Shaw, actually moved up because they were in last place this morning. Or
they're driving a Hyundai.
They're driving a Santa Cruz.
I called it a Kia on the last happy hour, and Tim Esterthal reminded me that Joe would tear up my ass if I called it a Kia again.
Does not surprise me. So so they dropped a little bit today.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting race. I don't think it would be for me. You probably would like to do something like that.
Oh, I think it'd be awesome.
But you got to learn to navigate like through compass. They give you a map,
so
and you
they're
got
overall in 4th place.
And what the cool thing about it is, you hit waypoints, but you cannot be there too early, and you can't be there late. If you're too early, you get points deducted. If you're
penalties.
Too late, yeah.
So let's see how many Broncos are in this one. 6. So there are 6 Broncos. 69 Ford Bronco. So there's a first edition up here, and then Shelby Hall's Ford Bronco is right here.
She's in a 2-door now.
Yeah, she's in her 2-door Rebel.
Hey, there's an Xterra.
An 04. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
They're rookies. So if you see the RR, it's a rookie team, so it's their first year. If you see this icon, they're bone stock. So they have not done any updates or anything like that. So Shelby's is actually bone stock, the way that it's racing right now. So these are modified.
Ooh, a Veracross. All right. So that was our update with Rebel Rally.
Yeah. So there is actually a Bronco Sport first edition and a Bronco Sport Badlands that are in the X Cross, which the X Cross is like the smaller.
They're leading too.
Yeah, they are. That Badlands is leading the pack right now. So if you're interested, you can check out rebelrally.com. And it actually has all of it. You can actually, if you've got an iPhone, it made me download like a race app today to look at the standings and stuff like that. But you can actually see.
They have a pretty good YouTube channel, if I remember right, too.
Oh, do they? I was actually looking over here.
Hold on, I need this.
Hold on.
I got to.
Just a second. I am right where I need to be.
Thank you.
Do you see what I have to deal with, people?
Yeah, sorry. I'm dealing with real things over here.
Oh, real things, huh? You see that? So here is Shelby's Team Goat. It takes a second for it to load up the picture, but you'll see. We actually had Shelby on when we talked about the ladies Bronco off rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I actually had her as our trail guide at ladies Bronco off rodeo too. So yeah, check out rebelrally.com and check out all of that fun stuff.
Well, and if you're listening to this on your phone, you'll completely find that difficult. But play along. Go to Rebel Rally.
You know what?
No, I've interviewed Lynn Woodward, a journalist that does that every year. I've interviewed a few of the ladies that do that. It's interesting.
And yes, Rebel Rally is only for chicks.
Yes, if you have the dangly thing, it's not for you. But
how much whiskey have you had or bourbon have you had tonight?
Not enough. But I'm working on about 3 hours sleep. So there we go. All right.
Allie, you had Amy. And yet we still didn't meet at the same event. How that worked, I don't know.
Yep. It's because the powers that be kept you all away from each other.
So Bird Dog Overland says, not gonna lie, I test drove a Kia EV6 a couple weeks ago and it was pretty darn nice. We actually got to drive one this spring and it was actually decent too.
And Jody, the event you were at, I was talking to some press people about that. That was part of the Chicago auto show
something.
But he just came from that, so said it was a really good turnout for that because I guess you had to be on a. They were looking for there was a target audience they were looking for test drives on those. So Jody met that.
Nice.
No, the EV6 GT was a lot of fun to drive.
It was a lot of fun.
The inline
GT. Yeah.
All marriage counseling nation over here.
And overlanding for fun. No, we didn't because we were talking to Dwayne on the phone and the GoPro was put away.
Somebody we were talking about Texas. I think it was Cigar Texan knew exactly what y'all were talking about.
Yes, he did.
Wait, iconic Bronco. Wait, is there an iconic Bronco wrap? Did we solve that mystery?
It looks like the same picture.
And you took my...
I didn't mean to. Click it again.
Somebody's going to get a show timeout.
Bye.
I was talking about you.
Bye.
These are my people.
See you later. Watch everybody drops off as soon as I say goodbye.
I know. Let's see. Oh, let me do my little spill here. So memberships, guys. Memberships, it's $5 a month here on the channel. We have also a Patreon that you can go do whatever you want there. On Patreon, there's no special. If you just like what we do, obviously it's for free. This will replay and we get a small, we make about $4 a show on replays. The live streams do not pay anything for this. But we have memberships, $5 a month. We get 320 something of that. YouTube takes the rest. And it helps honestly pay for flights. We paid for one flight the last time we traveled for a press trip based on your membership. So that was very nice and helpful. There is a button if you want to ever help. The phone's more difficult than it is on a PC, but I think there's a button under here somewhere. If I was looking at YouTube with you, I could.
It says join.
Yeah, it says join. If you want to. I'm not begging for it. I just like to throw this out there. It's an evil thing that we have to do to survive in this industry. We also like the super chats that Cigar Texan did. We greatly appreciate those. Those help fund trips that we do. So we say thank you, Cigar Texan, for doing that. And as far as we have some lanyards to get out, I know.
I do, yes.
But we're going to do something. Once we run out of that at the end of the year, we're going to just mix it up and do something completely different for our members. But I greatly say thank you to all of our members. We have 43 of them right now. And I greatly say thank you for all that. I think honestly, we make about $150 a month on that. And believe it or not, that adds up to a flight for us. So we greatly and Andre, I'm not telling anybody to. This is a necessity we have to say every once in a while. Honestly, smashing the like button helps more than you think. Leaving a comment when any videos that I drop get posted, leave a comment. If you liked it or if you didn't like it, I don't care. All YouTube wants to know is that you interacted with the video and they show it to new people based on interactions. So that helps the channel quite a bit, and the like button helps the channel. And if you're listening this first time, smash that subscribe button for me. We are not only Broncos, we cover the industry as a whole, but we are silly enthusiasts of the Bronco brand, and we like to
We're nerds.
Yeah, we're nerds for this little vehicle, and I will still be honest about it. If it's a pile of shit, I will let you know.
Yes.
But and then we like, once again, we like trying through all of this. I like trying to help. His son changed the name.
Oh, okay. I did notice that the picture was exactly
Right.
the same. So,
and like I said, we love the Bronco brand. So we had people like Diabolical on who sent us some product to test. I feel like we'll have a wrap up review of that coming up. We've worked with other brands like Tuffy. They've sent us some Bronco, which we just gave that away.
mm-hmm.
A lot of this stuff I don't like to profit from. If they give it to me, I'm giving it to somebody else with the understanding that when they're tired of it, if they would just give it to somebody else.
And that they don't sell it.
Yeah, I don't want any of the products that we get. Trust me, I want you guys to be able to trust us if we give you a honest review about it. People send us, the bigger we get, we will get more stuff sent to us. And I don't ever want you thinking like these guys are just doing this for free stuff. Guess what I did before 41.22 came on the channel? What did I do, Kelly?
You clarified like 6 times that we don't want him to send us anything.
Yes, because I don't ever want I want you, the audience, to feel like when we're doing this, you seem to like, from whatever my WTF video that kicked off a lot of this for us on this channel, of you like the honesty. So I want you to always feel like we are very honest with us. So that is my sales pitch of the night.
Last sales pitch. If you're looking for swag, we do have swag in 2 places on our website. If you go to Kelly's Picks, I think is how we've named it. If you go to the Kelly's Picks tab, that comes directly from whatever inventory we have here on site, which does have our Supercell t-shirts that we have left over, and some other limited edition t-shirts and stickers. And then we also have a Teespring, or Spring is whatever they call it. If you click on the gear, it'll take you to another site that'll actually do that. So,
man, iconic Bronco. He needs the Diabolical wrap-up review before the sale is over. It's not going to be a bad review, I can tell you that. There's just a couple things that I've noticed about it.
Yeah.
Probably most of it's been just error on our part of
Yeah.
little things. It is a bolt-on together product, so I think every once in a while we have noticed that you'll have to just feels like you need to tighten some bolts up every once in a while.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I recommend it to everybody. It's given a sense of security that I never realized we needed until we had it.
Right.
To be honest with you, like, we carry our, which we've told you all, we carry our daughter's softball gear around with us a lot of times for several days.
I got
and
$800 in bats.
Yeah. And if we just had the soft top, I couldn't do that. But because we've got the Diabolical, we can actually put it under there. And so, Wes, that's actually something that we do need to work on, because I do know that is some recommendations from Diabolical, and this will actually come up in the video, but I'm not sure when we'll get to that wrap up review. So I do want to tell you all, it does rattle a little bit, but there is some maintenance that they recommend after time, because just like anything else, the vehicle moves with it. It is going to move a little bit, just to put more foam in there, because foam eventually is going to go ahead and squish down.
Yeah, and he sends everything you need for that.
Yeah, he puts everything in there. So.
And Alan is a very nice gentleman. We got to deal with him at Jeep Invasion about a month and a half or so ago now.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. I have more product to review from Alan. We've got a Gladiator box that goes under
security
the seat,
case
to review. And but no, I would highly recommend it. It's one of those things. It's a little pricey.
Yeah.
But I've seen cheap stuff that's more expensive, and I really like it. It takes about 3 hours to install, but it's not something you can just throw in your vehicle real quick. The Tuffy box is really nice.
Super easy to go in.
$600. But I feel ultimately because we have, like Kelly said, large items that we put in the vehicle. We went to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I had all my camera gear in the back of the vehicle, locked it up. We didn't have the top. The top was down. Never worried for a minute that something was going to happen.
But I would have been comfortable in the Tuffy box putting it in there if we could have fit it there. So, but it's just for our life. The drawer doesn't work as well for our life because we've got such larger items. as the Diabolical does.
Yes. And, I had backpacks and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So we had backpacks and everything else. But yeah. And Nick, we definitely save the manuals. We keep all of it together. We actually keep all of this stuff.
TJ Miller, I wish Roadblocks would have sent my flaps mud flaps to test.
Rock blocks.
Yeah, rock blocks. I'm sorry.
Roblox, you owe.
I know.
You owe cards to our softball team.
Yeah. But hopefully that helps. Iconic. It I just think there's a little maintenance thing to it every once in a while on rocky roads. I like it's removable, so there's a lid. You can take the whole lid off, put it in your garage. It's very easy to disassemble that way. We keep one of the pins on the lid out so I can tilt it up real easy.
Yeah.
And so there's a tiny rattle with that, but I wouldn't say it's not a deal breaker for me.
No, but even if it does, like I said, you just put a little foam in there and it stops rattling, because when we first got it, it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tight and everything was good. Oh, Nick said meant the transmission. Sorry. My bad. You were talking about something else. I got you.
Oops. Van the Man, I have a Big Ben 4-door with a 2-inch lift and 35s, no squatch. Well, clearly you have the squatch. You just did it yourself. You manned up. I like it.
So I don't know if Flo's still in here. We did wish happy birthday, but says bank is closed. I should get Bronco this week. Heading to the casino. That's awesome.
Flo texted me and his came in.
Oh.
But he was a little worried about markup.
Oh.
And I think 15K was what initially they were talking about. And that wasn't going to fly, which I do not blame. If you had the money, if you have disposable money, sure. But if you don't, you've budgeted for a whatever $50,000 vehicle, whatever it was going to be. That's a tough one.
That is tough. I'm just checking to see.
Overland for fun. Question: can you stuff Dave in the Diabolical for safekeeping when you go to the store?
I could if I needed to.
Yes, I could be. You've seen the back of your Bronco. I'm not that big of a guy.
Nightbird Dog.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for joining, sir. Zach N says he's going to Bronco Off Rodeo Moab on 11/11.
Nice. Take some warm clothes.
Yes, because it will be chilly.
Moab will be chilly
at that time of the year. I mean, take both. Take both, or cool and warm clothes, because you just don't know what the desert's going to do to you.
Fan the Man says market adjustment is
insane.
Insane, yes. And he says says that as a Ford salesperson.
Yeah, it is. It's insane.
Yeah. No, I was looking. I think the resale value Kelly Blue Book on ours right now is like 65,000 or something. Like what? Oh, congratulations, man,
Captain!
I'm your captain. Nice.
Are you?
What's the song?
John Love says, "What's up, All Terrain Nation?" John Love in the house. Bronco is sleeping now.
John got his Bronco.
Yes.
And John is our buddy from Celebration East. John was all excited. He showed it to me. It was at the dealer. He was all excited to go pick it up. And hopefully, John, you're sleeping with your Bronco. You're sleeping in the seat and just loving it.
Snuggling up.
The first
How long
few
did
days,
it take you to sleep out there?
I'm saying they say
skin to skin contact.
Skin contact. You got to make sure the Bronco knows it's chosen you as well as you've chosen it. I'm not going to tell you what my skin was touching our Bronco. That sounds horrible.
Hi, Gail Thompson. Welcome in. Tracy Peterson.
What a bad time to
No, they're already here.
Okay.
Brian Slick is in the house. MP Trail Group. I didn't get to say hello to all these people. Randy Hughes says 2 have finally been scheduled November 14th if it doesn't get pushed, which I think we already said hello.
And I think they will. I think they get pushed once. Like I said earlier, ours got pushed by 3 weeks. I don't think it'll be that drastic, but I think it's going to happen.
Zach says, I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah.
So you know what I just saw? SLUT.
No, you didn't.
No, I'm just like,
so Salt Lake City, Utah. So tail could be a delay. 12 years of 2 Wranglers, several trips to Moab, ready to move off the training wheels into higher clearance and more capability. And it is so capable.
Yes.
It is so capable.
We've wheeled independent suspension for years. It's not like we're not new to it. And I know some people coming from Jeeps are a little skeptical of it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think for 95% of the wheeling people do, Ford took these right to the Rubicon. I'm sure they put some dents in them, but they're very capable. Very capable.
Shay said Bronco Raptor has been built. Shipping date this week.
Nice, man. Congratulations. What color did you get, Shay?
Shay's still here.
Yes.
because that was earlier.
Oh, okay. These are.
Yeah. There was something I was gonna bring up.
Andrea was saying he meant to give us 1917 and gave us 20 as a super chat.
Give us 1999.
No, he said 1917 is what
I know.
They know I like my weird numbers.
I know.
Anyways.
I was gonna say something. Dang it! I don't remember. What did I send you today?
Oh, Mope.
Oh, go.
Nope,
Hurry.
You go.
So, did anybody see? This is gonna ruffle some feathers for people that are waiting.
What's up, Jeff Cordetti?
Did anybody see that Europe got their first Bronco?
Where was that at?
I sent a screenshot. Let me see. Let's see.
Yeah, this is kind of funny. I don't think it's the first, honestly. I just think they think it's the first because I've heard of other people.
No, his dealer said it was the first.
I don't care what the dealer said. I'm
just telling you. Bronco 6th gen.
That's where it's at?
Yeah.
On Facebook?
No, it's on Facebook. Bronco 6th gen.
All right. You keep talking on.
So Iconic Bronco says, y'all doing ventilated cat skin seats. I gotta have them. Texas flag though. They were actually really, really cool in person.
I meant to talk about that.
They're super, super cool. I'm not really sure which ones we're gonna do yet.
And that's something I'm looking at doing. I will be honest, I'm looking at trying to do a partnership with them on that for Bronco Supercell, where because I think tan dark leather seats would look good in our Bronco. With maybe some orange stitching to kind of just play off of the Badlands part of it.
Wait, what color seats did you say?
I have a brown tan or a light.
No, sir. No.
No. We'll see. Go ahead and pull your thing up.
No brown.
No, not. There we go.
You lost the whole post.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did, because the post doesn't actually talk about it.
All right. Well, first off, here's the Bronco in the Zach. And one interesting thing, I'm curious if anybody notices, one thing they had to do for the European market. It's kind of the worst place to put it, but they had to add a side marker on this thing.
Yeah, turn signal.
Yeah.
So what they said was the way that this works is that it is 3M taped to it, so it's not drilled, and it has the wire going through the crack of the door, so they didn't have to drill anything.
Oh, nice. That must be why it's so.
Yeah, so that's why it's so close to there. But that is UK standards that it has to have that right there. So
look,
that's
there's
why
a
they did
sport
it.
back there too.
Oh yeah.
Whistling Diesel did a video from over there at a Ford like he was getting gas at a Ford dealership
in Europe,
in England, in the UK. Yeah, it was weird. He was like, and I've never been over there, so I don't know how it works. But yeah, it was weird. It was a Ford gas pump.
Huh.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing.
That is crazy.
John Love, thank you so much for that super sticker, man.
Thank you.
Greatly
we
appreciate that.
you.
But yeah, no. So I know some people that were having theirs shipped over there in the military. So I'm sure this, as far as like actual deal being done.
Click on the post, you can see what they say. 2 weeks shy of a year between placing my order and delivery in England. Dealer says it's the first Sasquatch in Europe. Cyber orange really pops in sunlight. So happy we went with it.
That I will say, cyber orange with that kind of gray.
Imagine how many head turns they get on that one. Well, like I get a ton here.
Well, what I'm curious about with that being is, we have certain rules. The vehicles have to be like to import it has to be a 25-year rule.
Right.
Now I think there's ways of getting around that where if you've I know for a fact that if it's your personal vehicle, like people from Brazil were importing Nissan Patrols, right? They're still the left-hand drive like we would normally get. But they had to own them. I think they had to be in country for 6 months or something as ownership. That's how our buddy our Australian buddy got his.
Oh.
But I wonder if there's any weird things about it being a left-hand drive.
Well, it says military auto source, so I bet that's probably the caveat there. There's probably a military piece there, I would guess.
Yeah, you're probably right on that.
and it says Ford in the back. So it must. I'm betting that's the key there.
Well, it looks like Harley's shipping a few over too, huh?
Yeah. Independently shipping a vehicle to Europe is like $11,000. It says.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually really like our seats the way that they are. Like, I don't necessarily want to switch them, but I saw the cat skin and they were
Let's bring
pretty
I'll bring that
amazing.
website. That'd be the final kind of little topic here. We'll bring that up.
Oh, I will say, so I went to grab lunch today. I haven't even told you this.
Uh-oh.
So I was waiting in the I was ordering through the app because it's so much easier to order through the app than it is over the phone.
I hate
or
apps.
over the microphone.
I love the internet and hate apps.
So
Oop.
You shared the wrong screen. So I was actually at McDonald's in the parking lot placing the order. Good night, Austin. Thanks for joining, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I had my window down because the weather was nice today.
Mm-hmm.
And I had these two guys walk up and were like, "Hey, that's a nice paint job." And I was like, "Oh, it's actually, vinyl or whatever." And he was like, "Oh, what?" And like walks over closer and starts talking to me. He was like, "Is that a Bronco?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And starts talking. He's like, that's a head turner for sure. Blah, 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 blah. Well, then like I looked over and he was driving a Compass and the color was really cool. And I was like, "Oh, your color's really cool." And I was like, "Oh yeah, red or whatever." So they leave the parking lot and then I go in through the drive-through to pick up my food. So literally I'm in the drive-through a while, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then I turned down the road and I noticed the guy's behind me. So I actually like had a creep out moment for a second going, I'm not driving home. Like I'm watching him in my rearview mirror. Like it didn't end up being a creeper because he ended up turning on a different street, but it was just like, it's the things that you think about when you've got a vehicle that stands out a little bit, that how easily it can turn almost dangerous in a sense. Like, cause it was a normal day. But yeah, so I thought that was something to tell you guys about, because we do know that we've actually got a local Murfreesboro person. She actually dropped flowers off on our front porch based on our Bronco being in our driveway. So just something to think about for the ladies out there, or even the gentlemen, just be aware that our vehicles do stand out a little bit and they are,
So here are some just designs. You can design your own with cat skin. And we did an interview with cat skin. That video is up now. But in the video, it shows like they do they put American flags in the perforated leather, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they have, you can get just, if you have a base and you want the kind of that factory looking leather seat, looks like they have a lot of different options for that. There's with that kind of that first edition navy pier look. And you can get into some of the fun colors, the reds, the kind of darker colors. I went a little darker than this.
I don't even like the brown.
Well, but then you can get into some of the flashy, like that Lamborghini octagon stitching, stuff like that. But I like I don't know if it'll pop up. Okay, so I like that the stitching is definitely like the Badlands stitching. I don't want the crazy octagon crap, but I like that the stitching. They from the interview, they are airbags in this seat. Mm-hmm. They were talking about how they had to make sure
they played very good attention to the stitching,
but the stitching had to be a certain count. So I guess it separates or breaks, however that works. And what a nightmare to have to plan that. You want stitching that holds up, but then you have to have certain area of the stitching that that doesn't hold up. Let's see, what is that? What is Adam saying there?
So Adam says, "Hello, I wanted to thank you both. I've listened to you all for the past year. With your advice, I received my Outer Banks Sasquatch 2 weeks ago, ordered February 18th. Nothing like it. Hooday.
Hooday, man. That's
Congratulations. Right. That's awesome.
That is awesome. And thank you for being a part of the show."
And Allie says they use cat skin at their dealer.
Yeah. And there cat skin has a installation
local
place in Nashville.
Nice.
Which is cool. But I think adding some maybe some fun. We could do something like this maybe with and maybe we'll do a show where we can talk about kind of planning what we would do. But you can design your own. You can do anything. They do special embroidery, which I think it would be fun to have the All Terrain Nation logo put in the right in there.
They said they just got a new machine. Well, not maybe just, but they got a new machine specifically for like the perforations that they're doing with like the American flag and stuff.
But and I think he was saying high end was like $2,800.
I don't remember what the top was. I know the beginning.
It seemed expensive, but there's a lot of that seats had a lot of options to it, and I'm assuming that was front and rear seats to that.
Yeah.
But I was watching a video on installation of this. Definitely, it's something that you pay for letting them do the installation. It's not something I would ever attempt to do.
Yeah, because we actually asked the guy. It was like, hey, if we were to do this, is it something we could do ourselves? He says, well, it is if you've got a lot of patience. And I said, never mind. We don't even need to talk any further because I'll have patience for a minute. Then he doesn't have, or then he has patience for a minute. And then neither of us have patience and it just gets ugly. So
that's, I like that a lot. That looks good.
Yeah, I don't dislike it, but I do like, I like our MGV though.
I know, but this is something I was thinking about trying to talk to these guys about a partnership for Supercell. Because I'm sure that they would like access to that audience. Anyway, so that's something down the road we'll talk about down the road if that happens. Any final questions, comments, guys? This one went longer than I thought it would because my monster kicked in, I guess. So
must have. Now you're not going to sleep again, and you're going to be cranky again.
If I don't sleep, I'm not going to work tomorrow. I can tell you that. Yeah, 3 hours of sleep and all what I've done for the past week. It's a rough one. It's the life I chose, though.
Van the Man says, we are a Bronco house. My wife has a sport.
According to my daughter, that's not a real Bronco. I have to correct her all the time. And she's like, she doesn't like the sport. I like the sport. And I've talked to Kelly about if we could find one, maybe a salvage title one, something that would be fun to try to just build up as a goofy, go take it through the rock challenge or whatever would be fun. But I've told my daughter, you keep shitting on them, that's going to be your first car.
Mike Mack says, I'd like to see the diabolical trunk slide. So he actually has his Bronco now. And I did actually see some posts. Oh, that is a question I wanted to ask you all is that how do you feel? And I know we're not going to get a true gauge of this, but how do you all feel about shorts? Not clothing shorts. We're talking like YouTube shorts, things like that. So how do you all feel about that? Let us know in the comments, because the type of shorts that we like to do are higher quality and they take more time, and it hasn't really shown to be totally worth it because not everybody watches them.
Yes.
So we're not really sure if it's worth it for our audience, for you guys. But we did make a point of shooting some shorts from our last press event that we'll kind of put together to kind of put out. So I know I saw that.
Yeah,
John says doesn't like
John.
them.
I'm not a big fan. I will get on TikTok every once in a while, and then 45 minutes goes away, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah,
but
but he doesn't go and sub to those people.
No, I don't understand. I guess it's my age. I like long form content, old. And I'm talking 8 minutes. I mean, 8 minutes is short form content to me, and and I look at our channel, we get an average of about 4 to 5 minutes watch time on any video we do. So clearly, not everybody wants that 15-second view, but we did one on you doing the Toyota lid. That was fun.
I don't mind doing those, but like the ones that I feel like we would want to put out just require a lot of time to put it. So we'll kind of ask this again just to kind of gauge you guys to see where you land.
Overlanding for Fun has a question. He says, is there a happy hour this Thursday? No, there is no happy hour's been put on hold for a couple weeks. We're
finishing up softball season.
Yeah, we got softball finishing up, and we may reformat that show just a little bit. It's not performing as well as I would like, though. Tim, you're made man in the jungle. I'm sure you will be on the channel at some point.
Wes says, I like the shorts, but knowing what I do about YouTube, I think you'd do better with these videos and appreciate the interaction as well. Yeah.
Well, and honestly, we make money on videos. Now, Are we rich and living in mansions over it? No, not at all. And YouTube's come out and said the shorts they're going to start paying shorts at next February because they don't pay for any of that content. And it's pennies. And yeah, I have one short that we've gotten and we've made like 20 cents on it. And it had over like 10, 11,000 views. It's goofy. I don't like it. And I'm hoping shorts eventually YouTube turns it in its own app eventually. And once they crush TikTok.
So it's kind of a mix. It's kind of like they're okay, but if they're used sparingly, so not like running the channel on it. Yeah, that's kind of what we've seen. Shorts are good when we have, like, again, like I said, like if we shoot it quick, we don't have to do much editing, and then we put it together, we can throw it together, getting ready to go on a plane or things like that. But if we have to do more than that, then it takes a lot of time.
John says, do you not do the Tuesday lives anymore? Well, that was the happy hour. We had moved them to Thursday because Tuesdays all fall have been softball. And honestly, my opinion was you guys like spend a lot of time with us on Mondays. Didn't know if you want to continue to spend a lot of time with us on
Tuesdays too.
So,
Night Alley, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks
and
for not showing us anything.
Sick
might
pupper.
Be fun.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Allie's had a lot of problems with her puppy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know, it was so great to show your dream Bronco, right?
Hey, hold strong with Teal, Allie.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Over 90 days on what is he talking
Picked up 149 subs over the last 90 days
nice.
on
shorts. Nice. Well, Overlanding for Fun needs those. Let's see. And Mobile says it was a bit much, and I agree. I think 2 nights in a row was it's a tough one, and I can't do Wednesdays because Driven Wild Outdoors has Wednesday nights. I'm not gonna step on Dwayne's channel there for that. Let's see. And what can we?
Night, Mike Max. Thanks for joining, sir.
When can we expect a full-size Bronco reveal? Full size?
I don't know what he means there.
No, like a full size, like the old ones.
Oh,
I don't think they're getting into that game, man.
I think with all the cafe and everything that they need to get under, I don't think they're going to add.
I think we're lucky right now to have what we have.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Which is also why I think that you don't see a truck out just yet, because they know we're lucky to have what we have. Yes, and we do too, Max. Mike Max, we love Dwayne and Gavin over there. 26 Cigar Texan says, I do think I think 24 sometime we see a truck revealed. I really do. All right, so
hold on. Green Gopher says, anyone have an issue with water leaking into their Bronco around the airbag light behind the sunglass holder on a hardtop?
I've randomly seen early Broncos have a couple sealing issues,
like 21s.
Yeah, definitely. I would take it to your dealership and tell them what's going on. It might be just something stupid, simple that
that maybe just a screw needs to be tightened or something.
So there you go, Kelly. That was a Bronco show. We did.
That was a Bronco show.
I survived. I didn't fall asleep here.
Now he's going to be cranky and not be able to go to sleep.
No, I'm going right to bed.
Oh, that's true. There is a windshield recall.
Yes.
I don't know if that is a symptom of it, but definitely go get it checked out. Yeah, that was one thing we did want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Well, we'll end this here in just a moment. You got a call from the Ford dealership, right? Mm-hmm. Is that how that worked out? Mm-hmm. So Ford called you and did what? And said what?
There was a recall. There was the child safety lock recall going on. And Ford is doing this mobile service now, which was really cool. They said, hey, we would like to get you scheduled for the recall. And I was like,
I don't have time.
Well, for one, I don't like our Ford dealership.
Yeah.
So it's slim to none that I want to go back there. But so I was like, and she's like, I was like, I really do. She goes, well, it's mobile. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, well, they'll come to your house and check the vehicle out and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And so, yeah, they called me. They said, hey, we'd like to schedule a time. They scheduled the time. They were pretty punctual.
Yeah, about a week out.
And pretty much within the range they said they would be here. And the guy came to the door. You talked to him for a minute. How did that go?
He said, yeah. So he texted me and said, hey, during this time and this time, they're going to be coming for a recall. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, they're coming to the house. And so guy showed up. He was like, hi, I'm from Ford. And I said, oh, you're just checking a recall, right? And he said, oh, yeah. And I said, did you need me to come out? He's like, no, if you can just unlock it, I can go do it. I said, do you need me for anything? He says, no, a couple seconds is really all I need to do is test something. And then I'll be right back. He literally was out there for like 2 minutes, came right back in. And he's like, you're not affected. Everything's good. Can you just sign this that I came and checked it? And I was like, so everything's good. And he's like, yeah, it latches the way that it needs to and everything's good. Um,
And we've seen them actually in the neighborhood. We've seen
Yeah.
down the road a couple of days ago. We've seen their little van. And I think Allie was talking about that they it's something Ford was doing. They were giving every dealership a van to service their area for the little things, which I think is nice, especially with a lot of people working at home now.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
And this guy said this is all he does. He used to have his own machine shop, or he used to have his own like tech shop, or not. You know what I mean? He had repair shop, and he's like, yeah, I just got tired of doing that, so I went in. He's like, I've been inside Ford for a few years, and he said now I got to go out and do this and actually be out and be around. And he's like, I'm digging it. So I think it's super cool that they're doing that. That they're going around house to house, kind of doing that, and that they're proactively calling, because, like you said, working from home, I don't, even though I work from home, I don't have time to go drop the truck off. I don't have time to deal with that. Like, there's not enough hours in the day to do everything. But
and you know what else is not enough time?
Sleep.
To keep talking about Broncos.
Yeah.
So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
it does not matter what you drive. This is your Bronco Talk Live, and we will see you next week here on the channel. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.
See ya.